So today we are going to discuss the prototypical genetic algorithm, and this algorithm is given in your book Tom Michel. Okay, you can refer from there. Now here we have the input parameters like the value of the fitness function, the function that assigns an evaluation score for the given hypothesis is represented by fitness. Then fitness threshold, it represents the threshold that specify the convergence or the termination criteria. Then P denotes the number of hypotheses which should be included in the population, that is fixed. We need P hypothesis to be included in the population. And then we have R, the fraction of population which is to be replaced by crossover at each step. We have already discussed in the previous lecture that we will replace some portion of the population by applying the operators crossover and mutation, while some of the individuals will be taken forward in the new population as it is, so as to retain the best solutions we have found till now. Now next we have M, that is the mutation rate. So it denotes actually the M% of the members from the population should be chosen for the mutation purpose, and it is used just to maintain some diversity in the population, so that we do not get the same solution again and again in the population. Okay. Now the first step is to initialize the population. So how we will initialize the population? First we will select some P random hypothesis from the set of possible hypotheses for the given problem, and we will initialize those P hypotheses to our population P, capital P. Now for each hypothesis present in the population, we need to compute the value of the fitness function. Okay, that can be some accuracy measures. Okay, now we are now having the value of fitness value for each of the hypotheses. Now if this fitness value is less than the desired fitness threshold, then we need to create the new population. Now for generating the new population, we have several steps. First is the selection of the hypothesis for mating, or to generate, or for the reproduction purpose, for generating the offspring. So we select some of the hypotheses from the current population. Okay. So we select 1 minus R into P members of the current population to be added to the new population PS, and the probability of selecting hypothesis from the current population is just the ratio of the fitness value of the hypothesis and the total fitness value of all the hypotheses present in the current population. Okay, so once we have selected the population, once we have selected the most fit population, then we need to apply some operators. So what are the genetic operators? We have crossover and the mutation. So we have various types: single point crossover, multiple point crossover, that we will see. So we select R into P by 2 pairs of hypotheses from P, and we apply crossover. Okay, so with the probability this PR of HI. Now for how we will apply the crossover, so for each pair of hypotheses we basically consider H1 and H2. The crossover operator is applied to generate two offsprings, which are actually the best possible solution or best possible outcome of these two hypothesis H1 and H2. And now this generated offspring is now added to the new population PS. Okay, now we have selected these many pair of hypotheses and we have applied, considering any two pairs at a time, we apply the crossover operator to generate the offspring that is the best outcome of these two hypotheses, and we have added this to the set of new population. Okay, now to maintain some diversity we need to apply some mutation. Now we choose actually m% of members from the generated population PS. Now we will apply mutation operation. So mutation operation we will pick randomly one bit from the bit representation of the hypothesis and we will invert it. Okay, if the value of that bit is 1, then we will set it as 0 so that we can get diverse solution at each time. Now we have the new population PS. Now the current, in the next step, the current population will become the new population. So the new population is assigned to the current population, is initialized to the current population. Again we will compute the fitness value of the current population. If it meets the given criteria, then we will exit the loop. Otherwise we need to repeat this procedure until this loop is exhausted or the termination condition is met. Okay, at the end we will return the hypothesis from P that has the highest score for fitness value. Okay, so in this way we can get the best possible solution for the given problem. Now the question is how we can represent the hypothesis. We need to represent the hypothesis in the form of bits. Okay, so here I am taking some example that has already been discussed. This question has have previously been discussed in the previous units. So here we have 3 attributes and the value of these attributes are given here, like our outlook can be expressed as sunny, overcast or rainy. Wind can be have 2 values, strong and weak. Play tennis, this is the target value which can be expressed as yes and no. Now if we have a statement, if wind equal to strong, then play tennis equal to yes. How we will represent it? Let's see. Here this outlook, any value of the outlook will work, okay, for this statement. So we will write here full of 1 1 1 and these 3 bits actually describes the don't care constraint. Since there is no constraint on outlook attribute, so we can write here 1 1 1. Now when wind needs to be strong, so with respect to strong we write here 1 and with respect to weak it is 0. Now play tennis yes, so it is written here 1 with respect to yes and then 0 with respect to no. So this is how we can represent this hypothesis in the form of a string of bits 1 1 1 1 0 1 0. Okay. Next we have some genetic operators. So we are going to see in details. First we are going to discuss the crossover operator. Crossover actually produces 2 new offspring from 2 parent string by just copying selected bits from each parent. So the bit at position I in any of the offspring is actually copied from the bit at position I in one of the 2 parents. Now how this is decided? This is decided by with the help of crossover mask. So we have single point crossover, 2 point crossover. We can see with the help of this figure. So here in single point crossover, if we have this crossover mask, so this 1 bits, we have 5 1 bits. So 5 bits from one of the parents will be copied in the offspring and next all zeros position, these zeros, this next bits will be copied from the next parent. So we have here we have this offspring in the new population and this offspring in the new population. And in 2 point crossover we have 2 zeros here. Okay, so here 2 bits from one parent will be copied. Next we have 5 ones. So here next 5 bits from the second parent will be copied. Next we have 4 zeros. So next 4 bit will be carried forward by the this parent. So likewise we have generated here this offspring. Next we have uniform crossover here. Here we have some random pattern. Okay, so accordingly we will generate the offsprings. So here 1, so 1 bit will be copied from the first parent. 2 zeros, so this position bit, ith position bits will be copied from the next parent. Then we have 1 1, then again 2 bits will be copied from this parent, and so on. Now we have the second operator as the mutation operator. So it produces mutation operator just is used to maintain some genetic diversity from one generation of population to another. So here it produces small random change to the bit string by choosing a single bit at random and then changing its value. Okay, so here just it has picked this bit 0 and if it has just inverted its value as 1. Okay, so this is the mutation operator. Now fitness function, we have seen the approach which we have used is known as Rowlett-Weil approach, Rowlett-Weil selection approach. Next selection method we can have tournament selection method when we need to maintain some diversity. So in this, with some predefined probability P, the more fit of these two hypotheses is then selected, and with probability 1 minus P, the less fit hypothesis is selected. Okay, then we have the third type of method, that is rank selection method. And in rank selection method, the hypotheses in the current population are first sorted by the fitness value, and the probability that a hypothesis will be selected is then proportional to the rank in this sorted list. Okay, so we assign rank actually, and then the probability that hypothesis will be selected in new population or next generation will be proportional to its rank. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.